While I was interviewing a barefoot monk about peace, joy, and life in the middle of the Bible Belt, officers with batons, pepper spray, and death were being deployed in the Rust Belt. What we are watching are two stories unfold in America at the exact same time, and the question we should be asking ourselves is whether it's just a coincidence or a sign. It's not symbolism, it's not exaggeration, it's timing that forces a question that we as Americans cannot avoid. On one side of America, I'm listening to a man who owns nothing, demands nothing, and walks thousands of miles barefoot simply to remind people that peace begins within. He's moving through towns that do not worship like he does, that don't look like he does, and yet he's being met with food, water, kindness, and grace. And on another side of America, fellow citizens are being met not with patience or dialogue, but with force by institutions that increasingly seem more focused on control than restraint. This isn't about left versus right. This isn't Republican, Democrat, liberal, or conservative. It is about the very soul of our nation. Because nations don't fall apart all at once, they reveal themselves through habits, instincts, and what they normalize. The monks aren't marching in protest of anything, they're walking in witness. They're reminding us that peace isn't weakness, it's discipline. That restraint is not surrender, it's strength that's kept under control. At the same time, many want us to believe that anger justifies leadership, that urgency justifies success, that fear makes force acceptable. But the American experiment was built on a very radical idea, an idea that broke the rules that had held for thousands of years. That free people could govern themselves without needing coercion to hold them together. And that through peaceful and lawful means, that freedom can be shared with all our citizens. That power must not answer only to law, but to conscience. That authority must be restrained not just by constitutional limits, but by character. That's why this moment matters, because barefoot monks walking quietly through the South and armed agents responding with batons and pepper spray in the North are not just parallel events, they are competing visions. One says, we still believe in human dignity, and the other, order comes first. And whatever we choose to normalize now is what future generations, including my yet to be born future grandson, will inherit. If we choose fear now, we pass down to them anger. If we choose reaction, we pass down to them instability. But if we choose courage, real, faithful courage rooted in peace, humility, and restraint, we pass down something far more durable than just blind power. We will pass down a moral inheritance. See, someday our children will ask what we stood for during this moment. Not what we posted, not what side we were on, or what meme we shared, or what label we wore, but whether we met fear and overcame fear with faithful courage or brute force. Whether we choose order from above or a free federal republic rooted in individual liberty. Because the soul of our nation won't be defined as much by who we punish, but by who we choose to protect. Revive our republic.